Hey guys, welcome to VRAC. So, you can see a change of scenery. Sorry about the late video. I know it's been about 10 days, but I'm in the middle of moving, and it can kind of take up some time. So, today I'm having a fan favorite comeback, and we're going to be doing 5 rare and uncommon Wii U games part 2. Alright? So, get your collecting senses ready, because you're going to want to start hunting these down now that this video is coming out. So, we're starting off with number 1, and this is one that a lot of people probably are familiar with right now, because recently there's been some news around it. You used to be able to get this game digitally, and from my understanding now you cannot, so it's kind of got a lot of people going after it, and it has a pretty neat variant. So, the first one we're looking at today is DuckTales Remastered, okay? Now, DuckTales, as everybody knows, was a really awesome NES game, and a lot of people enjoyed playing it when they were younger. Well, they decided to actually remaster the game and release it for PS3, 360, and Wii U. I don't know if there was a Wii release. I'm sure there was. But the Wii U version is definitely more uncommon. I wouldn't say rare, but more uncommon than the other versions. And it's definitely going up in price now and getting harder to find, because everybody's snatching up the copies that are out there now that it's been removed from digital stores and stuff like that. So keep a lookout for DuckTales. Now, I have seen it in the past at a couple of GameStops. Like I said, a little background if this is the first rare and uncommon video you're watching from me. I have worked at several game stores, and I was a truck driver who went to many a GameStops across the country anytime I could. And I would look through all their stock, and I have a pretty good grasp on what's common, uncommon, and really hard to find out there across America. So, on my travels, I really think that I've only seen about 2 copies of DuckTales for Wii U. I have seen way more earlier on before this whole craze went on about it. Now, do know, too, that there's also a variant of it out there that includes a Disney pin. And it's not in a big box or anything. The pin just comes inside and there's a little label on the front. But that is one that people seem to be going after a lot. So if you find that variant with the pin, it's just have that knowledge that if you see it, you should probably pick it up. And DuckTales itself is becoming pretty uncommon to find for Wii U. So that's going to be the first one. If you see it, definitely pick it up while you're out there collecting. Now, the next one here, it is uncommon. I believe it's going to become more uncommon and maybe even rare because it was a later in the life Wii U release. And that's going to be Shantae, Half Genie Hero. Or is it, no, it's not Half Genie Hero. It's Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. That's right. So, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for Wii U. Now, if I have that wrong, flame me in the comments. I'm sorry. But I know it's a Shantae game. There's like 4 of them out there with different titles. But Shantae for Wii U was a late release in the Wii U's life. Now, it did come with a big box, too, that came with a CD. So that's something good to know. Now, it's not at every GameStop. It's pretty uncommon to find. But to find it with the box and soundtrack in good shape, that's very uncommon to find. I've been out there trying to find a copy again, and I see it every once in a while, without the box. And then I've seen it like twice recently with the box in a GameStop or in a game store, and the box is destroyed and doesn't have the soundtrack. So if you're out there looking and you're more liking the big box variants and having them be complete, definitely look out for that for Shantae. Now, if you don't care, it's just more of like an uncommon game. Like I said, not all these are rare. These are rare and uncommon. So if you happen across one, you might not happen across it again sometime soon. So it's also a really good game. And it's one of those games for Wii U that is actually decent. A lot of the games that are rare or uncommon might not even be ones that you'll play. And I have I have one here that is rare that you're probably not going to play, but you want for your collection. So definitely pick up Shantae if you find it with the big box and soundtrack. It's hard to find in good shape. I'll say that for sure. Now, the next one here is actually a Wii U exclusive. And I like to include Wii U exclusives when I can on these videos because so many games have been ported from the Wii U now. The Wii U had a great selection of games that were hidden gems. Now a lot of people would know about them because they didn't own a Wii U, but now a lot of them are going over to the Switch. So this one still hasn't, and I highly doubt it ever will. It's called Game & Wario. Now, Game & Wario, if you can believe it, since it's a first-party Nintendo game, was actually pretty uncommon to find from the start. You think that they print a lot, but in my experience, I've seen about 2 copies the entire time that I've been Wii U collecting. And I bought one that had like a faded cover because the other one had no case, and I never found another one that was in good shape or in general. So Game & Wario is a lot like the WarioWare games, where it's a bunch of mini games that you play. You can play them with friends. It's a pretty fun game. I have played it a lot. And it's one that you would be surprised is actually uncommon. It's definitely not rare. But if you're going out there and just searching for Wii U games, you know, the Game & Wario is going to be pretty hard to find out there in the wild. Now, of course, you can find all these games online, right? You can order the rarest game in existence online. You can buy, you know, stadium events online. That doesn't mean that it's common just because you have instant access to it. It's uncommon because if you go out there trying to find it for a decent price, you're going to have a very hard time finding it, right? So, Game & Wario, definitely uncommon, not rare, but it might become rare in the future. I haven't seen very many at all in my time. So, if you find it for a decent price, pick it up. It's one of those that are still up there in price. Last time I saw, kind of like Paper Mario, because it's one that, you know, people still want to buy, and it's only on Wii U. So go ahead and make sure you pick up Game & Wario if you find it for a decent price. It's going to be harder to find in the future. I mean, all these Wii U games are. They're going to become like Sega Saturn, where, you know, if a game store somewhere does have a Wii U game or a Sega Saturn game, it's going to be like 2, and it's going to be like Ninja Gaiden 3 for Wii U or Nintendo Land. Super common games that you're already going to have, and it's just going to be hard to find these. So now we come up to the last 2. Now, if you've watched the last video, you know that the last 2 are rare games, and they're going to be ones that are very sought after. And the first one here is not going to be very well known, but it is extremely rare. Extremely rare. It was actually the last game, or one of the last games that I bought for my Wii U collection when I was going complete because I couldn't find it. And I finally found it. It's How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now, like I said, some of these games aren't going to be ones exactly that you're going to play, but if you're going for a complete collection, How to Train Your Dragon 2 is an extremely hard to find game. And you wouldn't think it. Maybe you have one at your local GameStop, and it's just been sitting there for a while. That doesn't mean it's common. That means nobody's wanted to buy it. But trust me, you're not going to find How to Train Your Dragon 2 at very many game stores across the country at all. So if you're going around, you see a copy, pick that thing up. It is extremely hard to find. For the longest time, I couldn't find one, and then I did, and I was real happy because I had like 2 or 3 Wii U games left to get for my collection. So How to Train Your Dragon 2, I've never played it. I can't say whether it's good or not. I can only tell you that it is definitely a rare game for the Wii U and only going to be harder to find in the future. And the last one that we come up on here is another extremely rare game. And a lot of people don't know this, but it's Warriors 3 Ochari, I think is how you pronounce it. But this game, I never saw in the wild. I had to order it online. And then what I did, because GameStop had it for cheap, I ordered a copy, came in with no cover art and case. I returned it, ordered another copy, and at this pace, I'm just gambling. So I ordered another copy, came in, case, no manual. Sent it back out, ordered another one, finally got one with a case and manual. So I had to send it back out twice before I got a complete copy. But I've never seen this game in the wild at all. I know it exists because in the past I've been researching, you know, what you need for a complete Wii U collection for North America and everything that possibly exists that's been printed. And Warriors 3 was just so hard to find, but it is still so cheap. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon for under 20 bucks still. So this is one that you want to pick up soon because it's going to become one that's only about as available as, I'd even say, Devil's Third or Hello Kitty Cruisers. Those ones, everybody already knows are extremely rare. this is going to be up there with them. It's going to be one of the hardest ones to find for the system. I promise you that. Now, whether you can argue with me and say, oh, man, there's 2 copies at my GameStop, well, fucking buy them. What are you doing? It is rare, all right? Get it. Definitely pick those up. If any of these Wii U games that you see in the wild, pick them up. If you get them for a good price, you're going to be getting yourself a really good deal, okay? So if you enjoyed this video, giving more information about Wii U collecting and rare and uncommon games, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be way more videos like this coming out. I'm going to be churning out more rare and uncommons, going to be doing research, and more topics like the GameStop videos if you enjoyed those, or I'm experimenting with some new ones too. So again, like, subscribe if you would, and thank you for watching VRAC, guys. I really, really enjoy doing these videos, and I hope you enjoy watching them, and have a great rest of your night. Take care.